Hey, hi all, welcome back to the channel again. We are going to discuss about Angular content projection today, and let's see how it works. Angular actually provides us three types of actually content projection. The first one is single slot content projection, the second one is multi-slot, and then third one is conditional content projection. To render something conditionally using this technique, we will learn that in upcoming video, but in this video we are going to understand the single slot content projection and multi-slot content projection. So what is mean by content projection, right? So whatever you give inside the selector of component, so that is going to be rendered on the UI. So how we can render that on UI? Because as you all know, whenever we create a component, right, it comes with these four files, right? So these are the four files it comes with, and whenever you call a particular component like this using its selector, it actually renders the HTML of it, right? Other than that, it does not render anything, right? So what if I tell you that you can actually pass something in between the selectors as well, like this, and you can render this. So if I save this and show it on your UI, so as you can see, nothing has been printed over here because this content has been ignored by Angular. So why is it happening, right? Why Angular ignored this component? Because it's not an invalid HTML, it's a valid HTML, but still Angular ignored it and does not compiled and rendered it on the UI, right? So how to do that? How to content this? How to project this particular content inside this app parent component? So for that we have a placeholder or a slot, we can say to that is nothing but ng content. So ng content can be called as a placeholder for content, or a slot for content, an empty slot for content. So how we can achieve that? So let me keep this as it is. So let's go towards down direction. So we are just drilling down. Let's go to the bottom tip of the component hierarchy. So this is the child component we have, and inside child components HTML, what we can do, we can just use this tag as ng content like this and leave it, right? So once you write it and you need to leave it again, then come to the parent.html. Here actually it is getting uh, rendered because we are using the selector over here only, and we need to pass the custom text over here only, right? So what we can do now, passing a div, inside div I'm passing p tag. So let's say this content is given by parent and projected by child, right? So if I run this, now you can see that particular content has been generated on rendered on the UI, right? Because that content has found its placeholder, right? This content actually found the place where it should content, it should be fit. So what is that content? That contains in content is nothing but the slot we have added over here. So Angular identifies that this content this content needs to be rendered inside this slot itself, right? So this is how you can do. And let's add one another ng content to the parent as well, and then we'll use the same div, and this parent component is rendered over here. So let's add this div. So in the p tag, write down like this content is given by root and projected by parent, right? So this is how we can write down the text is nothing but it's for the example purpose. In real time, it is actually a real HTML, real HTML in the sense the actual real time experience HTML. So this is a text we have given from root to parent, and parent is responsible to project it using ng content, right? And then this text also we have given to the child component by parent, and child component is responsible to project this text on the UI using the ng content. So this is a single slot example. Let's understand the multi-slot example as well. So to understand multi-slot example, we again need to give one, ng content over here. But now, as you all know, there is no differentiation between these component slots, right? So what Angular does, Angular gives us an ability to provide a selector. So once you provide a selector to it, and selector value is nothing but, it comes with, square brackets. So inside square bracket, you need to give the selector value. So what we can do over here, we can give any value as per our need, as per our thinking, right? So as you know, I have thought this value should be fit over here. So I have given selector second placeholder as a value for this selector, and this particular ng content will gets identified by this value. Okay, second placeholder value. So now what I can do, I can go to the parent component inside app child component selector. I can give this value as a selector to this div actually. Okay, so once I give that value as a selector for this div, Angular quickly identifies that this div is actually a content of this projector, right, or this slot. So this is how Angular identifies it. And if you want to give any other value as well, so you can do one more value. So this is the value I have given to this ng content. So you can add as many as ng content or slot or placeholder thing based on your need. So now this is the third ng content, and the placeholder value is nothing but third placeholder or the selector value. Now what I can do inside parent component, I can again add a div, and I can give a value as a third selector to this div, right? Projected by child in second placeholder, and over here we can write down in third placeholder, right? So as you can see, these many values we are passing to the child component from this parent component, right? So this is the first placeholder or a first slot, this is the second slot, this is the third slot, right? So you can use or you can give as many slots as you want based on the HTML you are showing. If you want to show multiple HTMLs, you can show that, and again you can have different styles for this as well, right? uh, you can wrap this three content in a div, and you can give some flexible layouts to it, like using flexbox. You can display this ng content in a column column format, and whatever you can write. So like normal HTML, you can give CSS to these contents as well. So you just need to wrap it inside a div so that this content should be identified properly. So as you can see, I have given a div over here, so I can give a class to it, like first placeholder, like that, and like this. And you can again add one more div to wrap this second ng content, and you can give styles for that as well, right? So this is how you can actually pass multiple content, and you can render those, you can project those. And we have learned the single slot projection and multi-slot projection in this video, right? So I hope you have understood this concept, understood what ng content is, and how we can use ng content in Angular to render multiple HTML thing inside a selector of particular component, right? Inside a selector of particular component. So this is how it is. So if you like it, you can like the video, you can share this video with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss upcoming videos. So in next video we are going to look into conditional content projection. So how we can do that? It actually contains the content child and ng template outlet and ng container. So there are three things we need to discuss in upcoming videos, right? So please be patient and please be connected so that you never miss the upcoming video as well. Thanks all guys. Let's meet in next video.